Welcome back, GTASCers. Yes, you are not hearing an audio illusion. It is me, Bob, aka Torture Tactics, along with my sidekick, Xylo Freak 03, aka Xylo. And we're back to bring you some whopping stats of this week.
This week, we unlocked a total of 6,173 achievements worth 145,749 gamer score with a whopping 216,715 TA.
The top 5 teams for this week were number 1 team, the Hoosiers, with 14,885 TA score, 1.45 TA ratio.
Coming in number 2, Why Do You Want to Be Called Lorella Stan? Scoring 14,506 with a 1.86 TA ratio.
Why do you want to be called Lorella Stan? We're still asking ourselves that question. I have a 3-week hiatus and we're still asking ourselves, why do you want to be called Lorella Stan?
Bob hasn't figured it out, even though he's had time to think about it.
No Shame in Kitty Games comes in the number 3 spot with 13,417 TA, 1.56 TA ratio.
40 Collared Chicken Monkeys takes the number 4 spot with 13,412 with a 2.12 TA ratio.
Suikoden rounds out the top 5 with a 12,752 points score and a 1.38 TA ratio.
And now moving on to our top 3 individual scores. Shotgun Killy 555 from Maple Syrup Champions takes the number 1 spot with a whopping 8,044 TA.
That's a lot of whopping TA. Number 2, All Hands 238. No Need for Introductions is the team he represents with 7,930 TA score.
Rounding out the top 3, Bozak from Team Hoosiers scoring 5,328 TA.
Even at 3rd spot, that's still a lot of whopping TA. Rolling right into our badges for this week, the Overachiever badge, the 2nd time received overall, Team the Hoosiers, coming in with 14,885 TA score.
This week's Achievement Grinder badge goes to 40 Collared Chicken Monkeys, getting it for their 3rd time with a 2.12 TA ratio.
That Was Easy badge was earned by a Victorious Secret, the 1st time overall, a 1.16 TA ratio.
And No Shame in Kitty Games gets their 4th Balancing Act badge with only an 832 TA gap between them.
Maple Syrup Champions were able to pull off their first Disparity badge with a 6,208 TA gap.
And lastly, Master Chief's Minions ends up squeaking by getting that was close badge, getting it for their 2nd time, being only 47 TA away from elimination.
That is not a lot of whopping TA away from elimination, is it, Xylo?
It never is.
And onto our bonuses used for this week. Team Sexier used a whopping 2 bonuses to stay alive in yet another week of competition.
Unfortunately, there's only 16 teams that move on this week, so we do say goodbye to 2 more. This week, we say goodbye to Dude Where's My Tracta with a score of 5,974, and Don't Look at Me with a score of 10,865. And now it's time for our
Ninja of the Week. Congratulations to Master Chief's Minions, bouncing in and out of the elimination spot in the last 10 minutes of the elimination time. Congratulations, MCM.
Now it's time for our recap for the featured question of the week. Last week, we asked you guys, with only 18 teams remaining, which team are you most surprised to see still in this competition? Now, I suggested the Achievement Assassins, but since Bob wasn't here last week, let's hear what he has to say.
Well, Xylo, my pick for the surprise of the remaining teams left would be, we're going to regret this too. Yes, Dragon Yen, with all your taunting, I'm surprised that no one has tried to gang up on your team, Gangnam style, and eliminate you so you can update this stuff on the website.
Well, Bob, Night Rain 2 and Planting 42 seemed to agree with me, saying the Achievement Assassins as well. Of course, Dragon Yen ended up saying he was not surprised by anybody in this competition so far.
On to the future question of this week. brought to you by Warmed X Mints. If you were to add another badge for next year's competition, what would it be? Xylo?
Well, I think you and I will probably have the same answer, seeing as how this little segment that we do every week is so near and dear to our hearts. But I would like to see a ninja badge next year.
Well, Xylo, I'd have to agree, but considering I'm going to trademark it over the next couple months, they'll have to call it the Samurai of the Week.
Now we'd like to hear from you.
Don't forget to leave your responses on the bottom of our YouTube page. Tweet GTASC at the Tweeter. Sign up and post your comments on the GTASC forum. Or just send us a good old-fashioned PM on TA.
Well, it's been another week of whopping stats. Now only 16 teams remain. How far will your team go? We'll see you next week.
And remember, kids, the sooner that you eliminate Dragon Yen, the sooner he does updates to the website.